Hello YouTube, this is BUB'S Comics coming at you with a quick comic haul. We've got all kinds of little books here. These books are going to be not necessarily from an LCS, but they're kind of new comic book day hauls because these are my pre-orders. Some of them are pre-orders, some of them are just books I've ordered online, but they're all modern books, they're all recent books. So let's get into them. Let's see what we're reading these days. First off, let's make a small and get to the haul. That's a new thing, right? Whoa! All right, we're there. Also, happy 4th, everybody. If this video is getting to you past the 4th, oh well. But happy 4th of July. For the 4th, we have Wonder Woman in her steampunk Uncle Sam outfit. So you're welcome, YouTube. And then, of course, just an early Spider-Man hanging out with all, to me, the firework arrangements of colors. So there you go. All right, so first up, we got Catwoman 80th anniversary. You guys knew I was going to pick up a couple of these at least. The stories in them, these little anthology books, they're okay. I don't know what else you could really do with these books, so I'm good with it for now. I picked up 2 versions of this. So here's the Frank Cho version. I absolutely love that Catwoman outfit, so check that out. It's bootyful, well, we assume. And then it's got some Frank Cho ballpoint pen action there. So you gotta love that, even if you don't want to. Look at that. Look at that textured skin from ballpoint pen. That's really something. And of course, you throw some cats on there. Batman. And a pretty solid Catwoman, I think. So a good effort by Frank Cho. I had pre-ordered these 2 without seeing them, so I didn't know exactly what they were going to look like. So I'm really excited that they came back looking decent. I think they both could have been better, honestly. The Frank Cho one is probably my favorite. Here is Adam Hughes, and he went with the Goofy Girl face, which he does quite a bit. I used to really not like it, but I've kind of got used to it. It just screams like, "Hey!" Like that's what he's doing. Hey. Whatever, you know, but good texture on there. You can see the outfit is nice and form-fitting. Got the rib action there. Arm looks good muscle tone. I mean, he did a pretty good job. Not overly muscular legs. Everything looks pretty good, and the whip is there. And look at the 3D action of the whip where it comes like that. The background cityscape. I mean, there's a lot going on in this one. I have to say, I'm not upset about it. I just think that the actual Catwoman looks a little bit better here, a little cleaner. But very cool. Really, if the face just didn't, if he didn't give that hey face, then I probably would have liked it better. And keeping with the theme, I picked this up at a shop in Bowling Green that has a lot of figures. The quick story on this was I was watching Antonimo Bay. Check him out. Link probably not in the description, but you can find him. Antonimo Bay, Anton. He does a lot of figure reviews as well as comics. But he showed off the most recent Catwoman. I think it was the most recent Catwoman that DC had put out. And I think it's the Nightfall Catwoman. And I really liked it. But he said that it, and other reviewers as well, the parts are made so cheap, as soon as you take it out of the box, it breaks. And I'm generally an out-of-box collector, so I would have taken it out of the box. And it's like 30 bucks. So I thought instead of doing that, I found this for $6, mint on card. I mean, this thing is beautiful. It is so good. Legends of the Batman. It's got all kinds of extra stuff. Comes with a net and a whatever and a whip. So even though it's mint on card, we'll be taking it out. Not today, but that will happen. So we'll check that out later, some other time. But there you go, Catwoman. Very cool. I think it's got that classic suit that I like. That's featured on both the covers that I just showed. I love it. Well, not exactly, but I like that. To me, that's the Jim Balent Catwoman, and that's my favorite version print of Catwoman. So next we have Batman The Adventures #1. Which was, I didn't know that they were going to print these. When I saw that these came out on digital, I went ahead and got it on digital because I had no idea that there was going to be an actual print copy. So I thought I had pre-ordered the print, but I didn't remember. And then when it came out and did it, I was like, crap. So I've already read it. So this one won't even get opened. The art in it is definitely nowhere close to the art that was in the original Batman Animated Adventures comics. I thought that art was fantastic. This is subpart of that, but it's decent. It feels more like a kid's book than the original did. The original kind of towed that line between being obviously geared toward fans of the animated series, but then it also had kind of a richer color palette. It was more like the cartoon. This is just the interior of this does not remind me of the cartoon at all. So next we got RoboCop. Oh, actually, this is in the wrong haul. Ah, son of a gun. Oh, well. You get a freebie on a back issue here. Here's RoboCop Wild Child #1 with the Peter Weller RoboCop photo cover. Look at that. That's killer. Yeehaw. I like it. How'd that slip in there? Any more in here? Shouldn't be. Here is Dejah Thoris #2. This one is the Linsner cover. And she's holding a gun, which I thought was really cool. And it is kind of a space gun, but it's also just kind of a simple revolver. So, see if we can get it to focus in a little bit on that. We've got kind of a double glare situation going on in the office again today. So, but I really like that gun. I think it's cool looking. It looks kind of like a revolver, but then it looks like it has multiple maybe sights or lasers on it. So I thought that was cool. And I have to say, Linsner's version of Dejah Thoris is where it's at. I'm not a huge Linsner fan. I don't go crazy for his Vampirella or anything like that. But I think for Dejah Thoris, he absolutely does a perfect job. And he's got the most Frazetta-esque, lower region than anybody, really. I mean, if you're a big fan of Frazetta, I don't know how you couldn't like Linsner. Very, very similar in their anatomies. So there's another one. This is #3. I hope you all appreciate that. Very good. My wife saw this one and she was like, well, it's nice every now and then to see one that doesn't draw a waist that big around. I'm like, yeah, I agree. It looks more realistic. Very cool. Here's a book everybody's picking up. Negan Lives. Everybody went crazy picking up these and looking for the silver and gold. But honestly, I thought the red looked better than the silver or the gold. But pretty cool. The story's okay. It's not bad. If you're a Walking Dead fan, it'll fit. The interior art, the writing, everything is on point. But it's just okay. I'll probably keep it because I just kind of like the cover. I think it's pretty cool. And I always like when, people go crazy and the shops all run out and they're limiting one per customer, and then you go 2 weeks later and they got plenty left. So I love that. The Question, The Deaths of Vic Sage. This is book 2. So I know that this one's a little bit older because I already picked up book 3, but I did not have book 2. So I was at a reading stalemate after reading #1. I've decided I really like these A covers, so I'm going to go back and complete this run of just A covers. So I'll have to get #1 with the A cover because right now I have the B cover, and I'll have to get #4 when it comes out with the A cover. So that's it. The Question, and it has kind of a Western obviously look. So the idea behind these are that he's it's a current read, so I can talk about it a little bit. These guys are they're going through the many times that Vic Sage has died. And so apparently he's been the Question in other forms in the past, and they're going through different timelines where he's been. So that's what this one is. I assume he's going back to the Old West, and he's going to get murdered there, like he's been murdered in all the other timelines. So there's a spoiler. So that's it. That's my quick haul. I hope you enjoyed that. We'll have a couple more hauls probably this week. And then I've got a big, huge grail coming in the mail. It's coming from across the borders, so hopefully it gets here this week. But international shipping can be tough, but you do what you got to do. So I'm looking forward to getting that. Just the normal things. You got the Monday night shows, No Faces Comic Chat, rocking and rolling. So Hope y'all enjoy all that, and we'll catch you next time on BUB'S Comics. Now, I cannot make this do glare, so let's see, because it's not in a bag and board. I've decided to take out the bag and boards from my bigger books because it's just getting too cluttered and they're not easy to pick up and read. So we're just going to let condition be damned and roll them raw. So, but here we go. There's plenty of glare there. So remember, read a comic and don't apologize for the glare. Bye-bye.